The morning sun had just climbed high, its golden rays slipping through the glass windows of Zino's salon, casting a warm glow on the mirrors and shelves lined with hair products. The shop was filled with the soft buzz of dryers, the chatter of women, and bursts of laughter. Zino moved gracefully from one customer to another. Her beauty was undeniable, her skin glowed, her smile lit up the room, and her confidence made her the center of attention. Customers loved being around her. It wasn't just about getting their hair done, it was about experiencing Zino's aura. But in the midst of the cheer, the door flung open, and Mommy Elora marched in. Her daughter, little Elora, trailed behind her with unfinished braids hanging loosely. "Zino!" Mommy Elora's voice sliced through the room like a blade. Everyone turned. The laughter stopped. Zino looked up, startled, though she managed a smile. "Good afternoon, Ma." "You're welcome." Mommy Elora's eyes flashed with irritation. "Don't good afternoon me. My daughter has been sitting here since morning, yet you left her hair halfway and started attending to other people. What kind of nonsense is that?" The air grew heavy. Customers exchanged glances. Zino quickly dropped the comb in her hand and stepped forward. "Oh, Mommy Elora, please don't be upset. It wasn't intentional. I thought I could finish her hair later while these ones waited." But her words only fueled the fire. "So my daughter is less important, Abby? You think you can pick and choose who deserves attention? Is that how you run a business?" The room grew tense. Little Elora shifted uncomfortably in her chair, her half-braided hair swaying as her mother's anger deepened. One of the customers, an elderly woman, raised her voice gently. "Oh, Mommy Elora, please calm down. Zino didn't mean it that way. She has so many people to attend to." Another woman added, "Yes, please forgive her. Zino is only trying to satisfy everyone. You know how busy it gets here." Zino clasped her hands together, her voice soft but pleading. "I am so sorry, Ma. I didn't mean to make you feel disrespected. Please forgive me." But Mommy Elora wasn't moved. Her face remained stern as she grabbed her daughter's hand. "Forgive? Do I look like a fool? You think I don't see how you choose favorites? Don't worry, you'll hear from me." Gasps filled the salon. Everyone stared as Mommy Elora yanked Elora's bag from the chair. Without another word, she stormed out, her heels clicking against the floor, the door slamming behind her. Through the glass window, they saw her shove her daughter into the car. Moments later, the sound of her engine roared as she drove off. The salon fell into silence. Zino stood frozen, her heart pounding. The customers turned back to her, some patting her shoulder, others shaking their heads. "Don't worry, Zino," one said softly. "You did your best. Some people are just difficult." But deep inside, Zino felt uneasy. Something about Mommy Elora's parting words, "You'll hear from me," echoed in her mind like a warning. She tried to shake it off, forcing a smile as she returned to her customers. Yet, in that moment, no one knew that this heated encounter was just the beginning of a much darker storm that was about to creep into Zino's life. Days after the clash with Mommy Elora, Zino's salon had returned to its usual rhythm. Music played softly from the small speaker on the shelf, the hum of hair dryers filled the air, and women laughed and gossiped as they got their hair braided, curled, or fixed. Zino moved from chair to chair with ease, her hands swift, her smile constant. She was not just a hairdresser, she was an artist. Her touch brought out beauty in everyone who sat before her, and her warm presence made customers feel valued. But it wasn't just her skill that drew people. Zino herself was a vision. Her skin glistened like she carried the sun on her shoulders, her eyes sparkled whenever she laughed, and her style was always on point, simple yet elegant. She didn't just do hair, she was a living advertisement of her own work. Everyone loved her. Mothers brought their daughters to her. Young women saved money just to have Zino style them. Men passing by often slowed down just to catch a glimpse of her radiant smile. She was a star in her community, a young lady whose beauty and success spoke louder than words. But where there is light, there is often a shadow. Her very good and close friend Amoka always comes to visit her in her salon. On the surface, Amoka and Zino were inseparable. They grew up together, laughed together, shared secrets, and called each other sisters. Amoka was always around the salon, helping to sweep the floor, passing combs, or simply sitting by Zino's side as they gisted about life. To everyone, it looked like the perfect friendship. Each time she saw customers praising Zino's beauty, she felt an invisible knife twist inside her chest. Each time people said, "Oh, Zino, you're so blessed. Zino, you're too fine. Zino, you're going places." Amoka would smile on the outside, but deep inside, bitterness burned. She compared herself to Zino. Her own skin didn't glow like that, her hair never sat perfectly no matter how she styled it, and the attention always went to Zino, never her. Even when they walked together, people's eyes followed Zino, as if Amoka didn't exist. At night, lying on her bed, Amoka would replay those moments. The laughter, the compliments, the stares. Slowly, jealousy took root in her heart, spreading like poison. Still, she hid it well. Around Zino, she laughed, gisted, and smiled as though nothing was wrong. To the outside world, she was the loyal best friend. But deep inside, Amoka had begun to nurture thoughts that would one day change everything. And Zino, blinded by trust, never saw it coming. The stage was set, one friend glowing in the light of love and admiration, the other quietly consumed by envy. And soon, that envy would find an opportunity to strike. It was a bright afternoon, the kind that made the air feel light and alive. Zino had just finished with the client and was wiping her hands when the door of her salon opened. Standing there was Amoka, her best friend, carrying a white nylon bag that smelled of fried rice and chicken. "Zino," Amoka called, smiling widely. Zino's face lit up immediately. "Amoka, my sister. You came at the right time. Oh, I haven't even eaten today." Amoka laughed, waving the bag. "That's why I'm here. I know you'll be too busy with all these your fine customers, so I bought us food from the fast food joint down the road." The smell filled the salon, catching the attention of everyone. Some customers teased, "Oh, Amoka, bestie goals. Zino, you're enjoying." Oh. Zino blushed, smiling gratefully as she cleared a small table. Amoka brought out the food packs, steaming fried rice, spicy chicken, and chilled soft drinks. They sat together, side by side, like two sisters sharing a precious moment. As they ate, they talked and laughed. Amoka cracked jokes, Zino giggled till her eyes watered, and for that moment, the world seemed warm and full of love. To anyone watching, it was the picture of friendship, loyal, caring, inseparable. But deep inside, Amoka's heart was not at peace. Her laughter was loud, but it covered the whispers of envy that refused to die. She watched Zino's flawless skin as the light bounced on it. She saw how even while eating, customers passing by greeted Zino with admiration. She noticed the way Zino's smile captured attention like a magnet. And as she chewed her food, a thought flashed across her mind, a thought she quickly swallowed down with her drink. Yet, the seed had been planted. For Zino, it was just another happy afternoon with her best friend. For Amoka, it was the beginning of a plan she didn't even know she had the strength to carry out. By the time they finished eating and laughing, Zino leaned back with satisfaction. Amoka, thank you so much. God will bless you for this. You don't know how much this means to me. Amoka smiled sweetly, her eyes warm but her heart cold. Anything for you, my sister. Anything for you. The salon buzzed again with customers, but no one noticed the shift. The invisible line between friendship and betrayal had just been crossed. And soon, Zino's life would begin to change in ways she could never have imagined. It started a few days after the cheerful meal with Amoka. At first, Zino didn't pay much attention. One evening, while styling a customer's hair, she felt a sudden stiffness in her neck. She tried to roll her shoulders, thinking it was from standing too long, but the discomfort didn't go away. By the next morning, the feeling had grown stronger. A dull ache pressed against the side of her neck, and when she tried to massage it, the spot felt unusually warm. Still, Zino brushed it aside. Maybe it's stress, she muttered to herself. But as the days passed, the pain became sharper, almost as though something invisible was gripping her neck from within. At night, she found it difficult to sleep. She tossed and turned, her once peaceful rest replaced with uneasy dreams. Her customers began to notice. Zino, you look tired these days, one woman said as she sat to braid her hair. Another added, your face is not shining like before. Are you sure you're okay? Zino would force a smile and wave away their concerns. It's nothing. Just a little stress, it will pass. But deep inside, she was worried. She would stand in front of the mirror, staring at herself, touching her neck as though trying to understand what was wrong. Her once radiant glow seemed to be fading, her smile less frequent, her laughter quieter. Her friends noticed too, but no one could explain the sudden change. Only Amoka remained calm, watching silently as Zino struggled with the strange affliction. Whenever Zino complained, Amoka would nod sympathetically and say, "Don't worry, my sister. You'll be fine." But behind her eyes, something unreadable lingered. The pain grew worse. Sometimes, Zino felt as if sharp needles were pricking her skin. Other times, it was a heavy weight pressing down on her neck, making it hard to lift her head. She tried painkillers. She tried bombs. Nothing worked. At night, lying in the dark, Zino would place her hand over her neck and whisper a prayer, fear tightening her chest. What was happening to her? Why did it feel as though her body was betraying her? And why did it all begin after that joyful afternoon with Amoka? The questions haunted her, but she had no answers. All she knew was that her life, once full of beauty and laughter, was slowly being swallowed by something unseen. And the worst was yet to come. Zino's condition grew worse with each passing day. The once vibrant woman who lit up every room now struggled to keep her head lifted. The ache in her neck had spread to her shoulders, and sometimes she felt a burning sensation that made her cry silently at night. Her customers whispered among themselves. Something is wrong with Zino. Her beauty is fading, or it's not ordinary. Even her neighbors began to talk. Some said it was the stress of success. Others believed it was spiritual. And though Zino tried to remain strong, inside, Fear was tearing her apart. Her mother noticed too. One evening, as Zino massaged her neck, her mother frowned and asked, "My daughter, when did all this start? Can you remember anything unusual?" Zino thought carefully. Her mind wandered back through the past weeks, the salon, the arguments, the endless customers. Then,